In this video, I'll share with you a scanner that I've been testing here the last couple months. This is primarily a breakout scanner, and what it does is it scans the crypto space on Binance and Bittrex, and it finds coins that are really going to break out. These are typically anywhere from 5 to 20% moves, and it's pretty good. So in this video, I'll share what it is. I'll give you a quick overview, and then I'll share some tips and advice on using this scanner. So first up, the link to this scanner is down below. It's called Lunar Satoshi. That is an affiliate link, so I do get an affiliate commission if you actually do sign up with that link. Now, one of the things about this scanner is that there's not a lot of customization at this time. Basically, what you see here is what you're going to get. And you'll see here a couple things. First up, you'll get what the actual asset that popped up is. So here's signals, for instance, or icon, and Ripple. So let's look at Ripple, okay? So Ripple came up, and it has no events coming up. It was found 1 minute ago, and here's the price that it was found. And then it says it was last checked 7 minutes ago, okay? I can also switch to a 15-minute time frame. So this scanner has a 30-minute scan or a 15-minute scan. So you'll see here, these are the ones that popped up on the 15-minute scan. And you'll see AE here popped up. I actually just scalped that. And then Lunar, popped up 4 hours ago, okay? So let's go and look at Ripple, actually. So if we go to XRP, BTC, on Binance, we're looking at a 4-chart setup here. This is, here is the actual daily, here is the 4-hour, here is the 1 hour, and then here is the 5-minute. So I like using these charts on TradingView. I like to do this setup, that way I don't have to change between the different time frames. I know it's probably difficult for you to see it, but so what you're really looking for here is this is a breakout scanner, okay? So there's some fuel or some kind of hamsters or something underneath the hood that provide the signals for this bot, okay? Now, you shouldn't move on every signal that you see here. What you should do is do technical analysis. Now, here's what I found works best. There really is two options. The first is to enter the trade now with a stop loss, because the scanner and whatever's within the scanner has said that there's something that shows strength here to the upside in the near future, right? So you enter the trade after doing technical analysis. And so there looks to be maybe a slight consolidation period, definitely on the daily here in Ripple, right? So a consolidation period. So there looks to be some strength there, and you enter with a stop loss, right? You probably would enter with a 6% stop loss on something like this, okay? The other option is that you actually become a little bit patient, and depending on what type of trader you are, you might buy on a breakout. So once it breaks past a certain level, you might say that it breaks past this hourly open here on these opens and closes here. Or you might buy, how I usually buy is on retracements. So I like to buy when something breaks a resistance area, and then I would buy on a retracement. Either way, using this scanner, typically you have to be a little bit patient, because the scanner typically is not telling you to move right now. You can move right now, but generally it means that it should be on your radar and there is a potential move happening in the near future. So that's the way to look at this scanner. There's a couple other things I'll point out here as well. You can have a different view, so you can have more of a list view. And I like this view because it gives you an easier way to look at everything that's popped up. You can see the amount of change that has happened since that popped up. So you'll see here on ETH, it has changed 0.6% about an hour ago. An interesting one here is QSP. That was found 9 hours ago, and you'll see in that 9 hours, it went up 12%, right? That's where it's currently at. It might have gone up more than that. That's just where it's currently at right now, right? Now, one of the things that I don't like about this scanner is that I have to refresh the page, so it doesn't automatically refresh. So I have to refresh the page to get new updates. So you'll see here, I didn't get anything new, but then I have to kind of go through and actually look at what's new that's popped up, right? So that's just a little inconvenient. And then here on the 15-minute, I can change that time frame and I can do the same thing. You'll notice that WTC showed up here less than a minute ago. And you can actually click on this and it will show you a chart here. So you'll see here, I can see a chart we can actually see that it's starting to make a move here on the 30-minute. If we look at the 1 hour, you'll see it's starting to make a move. This is where, obviously, if you're a breakout trader, you might trade this breakout here if you feel that it has strength coming up on this uptrend, or you'd wait for a retracement and then look for strength on a kind of move back upward, right? Now, the other thing that I'll mention about this scanner that makes it worthwhile, right, is the community. One of the things in the crypto world is that oftentimes just having a good community will go a long way. So this scanner provides some pretty good signals, but the community here, when you actually when you actually do subscribe to the scanner, not only do you get access to their calls, to the announcements and everything else, is that they have premium channels. So they have premium channels where they discuss, you can have conversations, they do premium calls, they do a lot of great things. The community's growing and growing. So since I've joined, I think the community has just been just as active, even more active than when I first joined, and I joined a couple months, I think, when it first came out. So this is another good benefit of actually a scanner like this, is that it's not something that someone has just built and forgot about, right? It's something that is being tended to. People are using it. People are sharing strategies, and then people are helping each other out, right? I do that on my own channel as well. So if we go to my Discord channel, you know, we have conversations. I share updates. I share my thoughts. I share calls. I share other things. So I know how important this is. So just the fact that they have that, right, I think is a huge thing. And you could say the cost of the scanner and the community, it's all rolled in, right? So that's the benefit of having this, is not only that do you have a scanner that provides you some pretty good signals, but then you have access to a community and premium channels that you can't find a lot in the crypto space. So full of good people, good conversations, and that know what they're doing, right? So that's an added benefit to me, right? So I'll share my final thoughts on the Lunar Satoshi scanner here. It does a pretty good job of identifying some things that have moves. And the other nice thing about it that I think other scanners should do more is that it tells you a history. So I can go back and I can say, well, 5 hours ago, right, POA was found and it's now at 2.6%. Or 9 hours ago, QSP was at, right, 11%. So it gives you a historical perspective of some of the calls it had, so that you can really go back and you don't have to write this stuff down yourself. You can just follow the scanner and kind of see where things are, right? So I think more scanners should do that. They should provide some historical knowledge about how their scanner is doing, right? And in closing, you shouldn't move on anything any scanner gives you. This is a prime example, right? So Lend came up 19 minutes ago, right? And we'll look at it here. Let's open it up here on the video on this. So Lend came up, right? And we're on the, I don't know why it shows you the 30-minute, but we're on the actual 1 hour here. Right now, this is mixed right here. It's in the middle of price action. And this is where something popped up in this scanner that said that, hey, pay attention. And that's the best way that I found to use this scanner, okay, is that it's showing you that within its secret sauce that it has, right, it's saying something's happening here that is showing the signs of a potential upward trend, okay? And this is where you should do your technical analysis, look at it, and usually, and I'll just be upfront, it's just being patient, right? You can move on every signal. You can move right now, but right here with this technical analysis of what I'm looking at here, I don't know one way or another right now. We're in the middle of the previous price action. I can't say I don't know one way or another. The downtrend, this does look like stopping volume here, okay? So that looks good. So this looks like stopping volume. I would have liked to see more volume on this move here. So obviously the sellers ran out on this move, okay, is the way to look at this move on the 1 hour. And there looks to be some type of potential uptrend here, but it could be stuffed by sellers pretty easily, okay? Because the sellers did not participate as much as they could have in this move here, okay? That's the way to look at this chart just at a glance. I need to go in deeper, but that's how I would look at this given the recency of volume. That is above average volume, so that's good. But also, I would like to see a little bit more participation by sellers. So obviously the sellers were not panicking that bought up here, okay? So there's still sellers. So there's still going to be resistance in all this area is the way to look at it. I tend to do this. I tend to just go on little tangents on every video I do. But that's the way to look at this. So, but right now where this price action is right here in the middle of this, there's no clear sign. Is it going to break out above here? I don't know. Is it going to retrace back down here and then find support? I don't know, right? It's in the middle of the Ichimoku cloud. So, you know, once again, it's kind of one of those things, could go, could not go, right? So it's, that's the main thing I'll leave you with is this scanner. If you're looking for something that will give you some things that you should look at and really pay attention to, this is good, okay? So if you're looking for a scanner that will cut out all the noise out of the market and show you the things that you really should pay attention to, then this scanner is one of the best out there for doing that because it really limits the things that you should be paying attention to, okay? So it does a pretty good job of that, and you will get some really good moves. Most of the big moves that I've seen, this scanner has picked up at some point in time in that move, okay? Probably should have started the video with that, but hopefully you watched to the end to get to the core punchline of using Lunar Satoshi. But it's definitely something that as it progresses here, as they do updates, as maybe I develop a specific strategy, I'll do updated videos and I'll share it here on YouTube. So you'll definitely want to subscribe. You'll see links down below to this tool, other tools I use, also to the Discord group and a document that I put together and that I update frequently on trading cryptos. So tips and advice on what I've learned trading cryptos. All right, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.